how to create a V-neck body top that in a stretch fabric. So this has no darts in it because you're using your dartless block, and it's purely for stretch fabric. Okay, so just something really basic like that. So you're starting off with your dartless blocks, and for the purpose of this we're going to do a very low neckline, so kind of right down about just measuring on myself here, I would go actually about 10 inches, so it's right down below the bust. We'll go 9 to be on the safe side. It can always be lowered afterwards. So then from my nape point I've measured down 9 inches. Okay, and we're going to bring it out from the neckline, and again I'm going to come out about in centimeters, about 4 centimeters, and then you want to create a nice soft V up from that. So I haven't just drawn a dead straight line like that, as you can see. So if you want to make it a little bit easier yourself, you could draw a straight line. And then about 2/3 of the way down, I went out 1 centimetre. And then used that to create my curve. And then similarly on the armhole, we're going to bring that in. And again, bring that in about 4 centimetres, because this is literally just, actually no, we'll probably only go about 2. We want a good bit of a shoulder here for the shoulder pad and everything on this one. So we'll go about 2 centimetres here. So I'm going to come in 2 centimetres on the armhole. And then just shape that down. And that's my, and again, always making sure to square off at that point, so that when you sew your shoulder seams together, you've got a nice curve. So basically that's going to be gone, and that's going to be gone. And you're cutting the centre front to the fold. So you cut 1. Okay, and then the back, we need to adjust our necklines the same. So we're coming in 4 centimetres on the back neck. Show you that now. So I've come in 4 centimetres on my back neck, and then 2 centimetres on the armhole. And we're doing a V the same. Now, I'm not going to go quite so low on the back because I want to make sure there's a bit of stability to the garment. So I'm not going to go any lower than my armhole. So I'm going to use that as my point on the back, because otherwise the whole thing could just be a little bit loose when it's on. So again, to make a nice soft curve, I'll start off by drawing a straight line, and then halfway along come in about 1.5, and then kind of softly curve into that. Okay, so that's the back neck. So the back neck is in a V shape also. Okay, so I squared out here across in line with my armhole. Okay, so I'll just actually draw straight across so you can really see that. Okay, so I just used that as the point for the low V on my back, and then I drew straight up, and then halfway along came in about 1 centimetre, and then used that to create a soft V. And then the back armhole, I've come in the 2 centimetres. As always, square off the first centimetre or so, and then scoop in your back armhole. So that section is gone. And that section is gone. Now we're going to put an open-ended zip into this, purely because the top is going to be covered with a pleated organza. So for this one we do need to be able to get it on easily, and we may lose an element of the stretch when the pleated organza goes on the top, because we're using this as an undergarment for a top. So we're going to allow seam allowance here. So that means the back gets cut twice, and you'll be putting an open-ended zip in here. So in this instance your zip will need to be 9 inches long. I'm allowing a little bit extra down here. The actual piece is measuring closer to 9.5, but it's always no harm having an open-ended zip slightly shorter, because we can always use a little hook and eye at the top. So we'll go for a 9.5 inch zip. Sorry, my apologies, a 9 inch zip. And that's going to be an open-ended zip. Okay, and that is how to create a V-neck vest top to be used as an undergarment with a pleated organza overlay.